Hey everybody, welcome to Gray Man Prepping. It is that time again for Tactical Tuesday, and it's going to be a weird one because tonight's topic is, are you ready for it? Are you ready for it? It's the Metro Prepper! What the heck? How's everybody doing out there? All right. Well, wow. Okay. The comments is already up to 73 in here, so I'm gonna go over and say hi to everybody, see who all's in. I've been trying to keep up with it, but let's get over here and and just by the way, going across the bottom here, these are our channel members. We're now up to 16, I believe. All righty. So comments all the way back to the top. Whoa, there are a lot in here. Okay, the first one in was Phelan Clan Wolf, and he upgraded from Prepper to Gray Man. Then Idaho Garden Girl came in, and then Walt came in as a and I froze. So Walt came in as a Gray Man, then Idaho Garden Girl came in as a Prepper. Kaylin Strain is in the house. Star Homestead India. Let's see here. Going up. Howie Food Forest Permaculture is in the house. Alicia D is here. There's a lot of names. I'm scrolling down. I don't want to miss anybody. Everyone's talking back and forth. Good. Wow. Tammy Ecker is in the house. Suburban Hillbilly is here. And let's see. CR, Creative Redundancy from North of the Border is here. So we got three from Canada. Three from Canada so far. Woohoo! And Aiden Deere is here. So now we got one from across the pond. And Duncan 1900 is here. Hey, Brenda. Else we got going on here? I missed somebody. It just jumped on me. Yeah, Barry, Storms, Radios, and Cats is in the house. Yeah, the echo during it. I think I know what the echo is because I'm presetting stuff up for the to do the giveaway wheel and stuff, and I'm sharing the sound from the second screen. I think for some reason StreamYard has a little internal echo going on. And Max, Southern Bluffs Homestead, is in the house. And Mary Beth Smith is here. Vanessa Kitty's in the house. Woo! All right. And the good times keep on rolling in here. Hey, everybody. Welcome. All righty. And let's see what we got here. We got 17 watching and 19 thumbs up. I wonder what happened to the other two. Oh, Wayne is in the house. The ungrateful peasant. All righty. Oh, Patty's in at the moment. Max is out feeding the pigs. She kicked them out as soon as their live stream was over. So those of you who don't know is that Southern Blessed Homestead is live for the hour before me. So got Mac and Patty over there. Really great channel. Need to check them out if you haven't been to them before. And Brother Donnie's in the house. Did I see it right? No, I thought I saw Prep for Eternity. I don't see it now. My eyes are playing tricks on me. Alrighty. All right, so going on tonight, I'm doing the same thing I'm doing on Monday nights on Camp Patton Family Compound. I'm going to do 3 giveaways from now on Tactical Tuesday. The giveaways are, one is for, everything is a $5 Amazon gift card. So one is going to be for the subscribers. It's going to be a question from one of my videos. And whoever answers it first gets the gift card. There's going to be one answer a question on one of my videos for channel members only, and it's a $5 gift card. Then there is the wheel for channel members. I got all the channel members on there. If you're a prepper level, you get one entry on the wheel. If you're a gray man level, you get 2 entries on the wheel, just like Garden State Gardener does on his channel. Hey, Tibor, how's it going? And so, so that I got those all the names in, including the latest two, Walt Rogers and Idaho Garden Girl. Oh, and I also included Phelan upgrading from prepper to gray man, so he's on there as well for that. All right, so but before we get to that, let's take a look at what I'm talking about, the Metro Prepper. Hang on to your hats, folks. I'm not gonna put out some of the channels I've seen, because I'm not gonna do that. But I'm going to tell you about some of them. Basically, what I'm classifying as a Metro Prepper. How do I just? I'll have some pictures here come up in a second, but think yuppie prepper. Think someone nowadays wearing what Don Johnson and I forgot his name, the one that played Tubbs with him on Miami Vice. How they wore in Miami Vice, no socks on in their shoes and stuff, going around, shoes with just no socks. And anyways, but watching some of these guys, what they do is like, I'm just like, really? And when I asked the question on a couple of them, boom, my comment was gone. They took it away. It's like, okay, guys, you're that insecure. So, hey, Green Granny, how's it going? It's Denise and Shadow Scout Swede. Hey. All right, so let's get on to the slideshow here and try not to laugh too hard. And don't get whiplash shaking your head. Oh, all right, don't get whiplash. All right, the Metro Prepper. Yes, I pulled some other pictures, but some of the guy channels, like these are how some of the guys were dressed that on these channels I'm calling Metro Preppers. Yeah, like I said, no socks in their shoes, and partially, not a good beard, just a thin beard or no beard at all. But they're we're all wearing sunglasses all the time. Come on, where to go there? And Barry says, I nailed it. Yeah, they might blend in, except even in some of the areas, they stand out sometimes. All right, so let's look at some other pictures here. And don't forget the Metro Prepper family, that perfect family, always smiling. Just, and I'll tell you some more about it when we get to it. Let's see here. Yeah, they're always so perfect and so sweet, and it makes you sick. And they dress alike. And some have even been on Doomsday Preppers. And I like the way they got their shirts labeled. You have the brain, the cook, the outdoorsman, the fisherman, the lifeguard, the gardener, the nurse, and the seamstress. Okay, and a lot of them have said, yeah, when things get bad, and we don't stock a lot in our apartments, or we don't stock a lot in our house. When things go bad, we're going to run to Costco. This is what they're going to find when they run to Costco or Sam's Club. When the poop hits the fan, and they're going to go like, but they're supposed to have all the supplies for us here. And one of them actually said, hey, when I need to bug out, I'm going to get on public transportation and ride the bus out of town. I know Kaylin doesn't drive, but I don't think she's planning on taking the bus and things unless things are still really calm if she has to bug out. Several of them said their bug out location is a campground. So they're going to go out there and camp for a month or two till things calm down and they can come back. Seriously, they're going to go camping for a couple months until things calm down. And what's so funny, one of the ones I asked them, what if it's in the middle of winter time and the campgrounds are closed? What are you going to do to them? And they took that comment down. They didn't like that. All right, let's check the next one here. One of them was saying, "Oh, if I got to bug in and the sewer's not working and stuff, I got the little bucket here, and I'll just pile all the bags outside when they're full along the street for the city to pick up." Hello, if it's that bad, I don't think the sanitation guys are going to be running around picking up stuff. And then there's the ones that, we'll just take all our gear over to our friends that have a shelter or whatever, or where we can have some property where we can all bug out together. And I asked them, well, what are you taking? Oh, I got a couple suitcases that we can take. I went and found this picture to depict that. Oh, let's see. She's got a little backpack with all her supplies in it. He's got a shoulder bag with all of his supplies in it. She has a shoulder bag and a wheeled little suitcase. All right, Shadow Scout, get your coffee. I agree with you, Howie. Hey, hello, Tofu. How's it going? All right, and let's see what else we got. One of them was saying if the utilities all go out, I got a couple, not a lot, a couple of propane heaters. I can keep my house heated all winter on propane. And when I ask him, how cold does it get outside in your wintertime? And he replied back, oh, it gets down, it snows a little bit. We get cold. He go, yeah, your propane might last you a couple weeks at the most. And he took out all my comments. Let's see. Oh, and then there was the one. I'm sorry. They're in the city and they painted their minivan camo so they can bug out without being seen. And blend, it's like, yeah, right. If you have a minivan, you don't do anything to it till you're out of the city. You have cans of spray paint. Once you're out in the woods, then you can camouflage paint it. And even then I wouldn't, because most people out in the woods don't have their minivans and stuff camouflage painted. I can see Barry's having a good old time. He's just laughing there. All right. Is that the last one? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, let me back up here before I go to this one. Okay. All right, we are 15 minutes in here, all over 15 minutes. So I'm going to do the first giveaway here, and then we're going to continue on, and it's going to get even funnier, folks. It's even going to get funnier, folks. Oh, Tibor has it right. These folks are short-term emergency. Yeah. All righty. So, all right. So for channel members only, folks. Channel members only. And if you're not sure you're a channel member, look to see if you have one of those little square icons or one of the marshmallow on the stick, next to your name out there. If you're in green and you're not a wrench, you're a channel member. And hang on, I got to do that to Wayne over here. Hang on a second here. All right, there we go. But if you are a channel member, beside your wrench will be an icon, whether it's one of the marshmallow on the stick, whether it's my image of Gray Man Prepping, which is this one here, or one of the other, or the one like Alicia D has the Gray Man Prepping in the Wastelands. So, or she threw that one up. So there's several of them there. All right, so this question is for channel members only, please. I did a video here on aerating water. What color was the water I was aerating? Go. So we're going to see if any of my channel members saw that one. And there it is. First one in, Idaho Garden Girl, green. Yes. And I'll explain why that water was green like I did in the video. I made a water jug that had a portable battery-powered aerator, air bubbler in it for Eli, who's autistic, and he likes to, he'll stem on the bubbles going up. And when he's getting over here, he's getting agitated, I'll turn that on, he'll do the bubbles and he'll calm down. And it's green because he likes green. Exactly, Gunslinger, got that. All right, so let me write down on my card here. So this one goes to Steph. All right, let's get back to the rest of the slideshow here. Prepare to laugh your butts off here. The Prepper Fashion Show. This actually happens. Say what? Yes, there is a Prepper Fashion Show. And it's at PrepperCon. And these are some of the models. And look, he's wearing tennis shoes while he's got his bug out bag on and stuff. She has a really tight pair of boots that are really kind of weird. But look at her pants. If she squats down to bend over to fix a fire, she's going to rip the seams in those things. But that's Prepper clothing. And here they are walking out there. And what are they wearing in the wintertime? Tennis shoes. Here's your family of preppers in matching cami wear. Oh, I'm dying here. I'm sorry, I'm just dying here. And of course, they're all wearing tennis shoes as well. Not camouflage hiking boots, tennis shoes. Duh. And again, tennis shoes. Matching adult and kids clothing. 12 Stones has it. I can't see them because they're wearing camo. All right, let's see the next one here. They were modeling their bullet-resistant school bags. His bullet-resistant biker vest with his chaps and his black tennis shoes. I don't remember seeing many bikers wearing tennis shoes. Sorry. And then, of course, the other guy's modeling his ghillie suit. And what does he have sticking out there? White tennis shoes. Oh. All right. I threw this in there just because she's down the runway showing, this is my first aid kit. Take a look at it. Here's my first aid kit. And she has some knee-high boots on. And, of course, some of the participants. There were several like this where they had Hawaiian shirts with guns on them. But this one I wanted to save the guy's embarrassment, so I didn't show his face. I just showed he's got his his AR-15 with the can on it, and he's out there watching everything. And then they have the bug out vehicle, which was, I mean, this is the Urban Survivors Assault Vehicle, is what they call it. And that's the website. Urbansurvivors.com. Yeah. Hey, it is pretty cool, but around here we'd want a hard shell on it because it snows, and we'd be using that in the summertime just to go get groceries. Yeah, and the bright lime green, that doesn't stick out at all. Whew. I'd like the 3-axle one. I will say that. I do like the 3-axle premise, but the color's wrong. The fact that it's not a hard shell on it, but they do have mounted up on top. They got gunner seats up here with a high-powered crossbow, and I'm not sure what it looks like. They got some Estes rockets to launch at somebody up there above the front seat passenger. Okay, that's it. I think that's it. Let's make sure. Yeah, that's it. Oh man, I tell you, when I was pulling I didn't even pull most of the pictures I was finding. But oh man, I tell you, I was laughing so hard I had to stop and go to the bathroom because I had to pee so bad. Oh man. Yeah, I mean, it's like, some of the vehicles they're trying to sell to the people are like, what? Yeah, granted, and I put it up here, and I'll put it up here right now. Again, give me a second here. Where is it? Where's the one I want to buy? There it is. Yeah, but see, something like that around here, I wouldn't be using that for bugging out. I'd be using that for going and buying bales of straw and hay for the garden, put into the garden. I'd be using it for trips when I go to the lumber store, or to Cal Ranch or the Tractor Supply Consortium. But yeah. Yeah, this is Optimus Prime. And when things get bad, he converts and he helps me out. Alrighty. So, all right, I'm going to bring up something here for everybody. Are you going to get that on your B-Day? Hey, I can't. My son has been asking me that every year for the last 8 years when I'm going to buy one. I said, well, tell you what, when I find that winning lottery ticket on the ground, I'll buy one for you, one for your brother, one for your sister, one for me, and then I will get the smaller version, the 2-axle version of this. They make a 2-axle version for your mom. All right. So next, actually, before I go to the next question, let me bring something else up over here, and go over here. And okay, we got Gunslinger Outdoors here. All right. So when I was looking at it, and most of those pictures were from something called PrepperCon, and so I went looking for it, and there are 5 that are listed right now of prepper big shows going on. So I thought I'd share these with you in case any of you guys want to go. Have a laugh at the fashion show, but look and see what some of the real gear they do have there. In Ohio, they have the Ohio Prepper and Survivalist and Firearms Show in June 9th and 10th. This is in Bowling Green, Ohio, so you guys can check it out. And what's interesting here, let's see, is this the one? Oh, they offer more than 40 preparedness classes scheduled to take place at this expo. Some of the presenters from last year include Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. They were there. Okay, so that one there should be a good one. The Self-Reliance Expo in Mesquite, Texas Prepper Expo. Friday and Saturday, March 23rd and 24th, down in Mesquite, Texas. And so if you're down in that area, you can check that one out. And let's see here. Is that the one? I thought that was two of the ones that Doc Bones and Nurse Amy were at. Doc Bones and Nurse Amy were at that one last year. And this year they'll be back there. This year offering the wound care and stitch and suture class. So, all right, the Greater Chicagoland Survival and Green Living Expo, and that's at Gray Lake, Illinois, and that's also going to be March 17th and 18th. Okay, then there is the Survival Outdoor and Gun Show in Bloomington, Illinois. Their prepper show. So Bloomington, Illinois, May 5th, May 6th. And then, of course, the PrepperCon, the real full thing. PrepperCon is going to be in Sandy, Utah. That's south of Salt Lake. And that's going to be May 18th and 19th. At the Southtown Expo Center in Sandy, Utah. And they have 80 preparedness classes that are going to take place there. And they're going to have the Prepper Fash. Yes, the Prepper Fashion Show is at the one here. That was the highlight of the 18th one, and they're supposed to be bringing it back. They are talking about having the hurricane simulator there that put you in a little wind tunnel, and they strap you in, and you get subjected to 142-mile-an-hour winds. So, all right, hang on before I forget here. I wanted to throw this up here for anybody else, any of the guys who want to come up here. There's the link for channel members that want to come up. All right. The next giveaway here I'm going to do is for just subscribers. So anybody that's commenting in the side chat can answer this question. All right. So in one of my Your Prep for Today videos, I was talking about laundry detergent for your prep for today. What type of laundry detergent do I use? Go. So in the Your Prep for Today, what type of laundry detergent do I use? And we'll see how long it takes for someone to shoot, watch that one, oh shoot. So let's see. All right, Storms mentioned 20 Mule Team. But that's not the detergent, that's the additive to it. Kaylin said liquid wet stuff, yes. Hey, Ginger Ninja. Ginger says Gain. Nope, not Gain. Arm & Hammer Fresh First, nope. Ivory, nope. I'll give you guys a hint. It's free and clear. There's no perfumes, any other stuff in it. There we go. I didn't see it. Did you say that? There it is. Yeah, she did say it up there earlier. Boom. Okay, I missed it. It jumped. So yeah, there she has it. Make sure, and that's it. So Idaho Garden, Steph got that one. Steph is my #1 fan. So she got that one too. So she's getting two $5 gift cards. I'll just send her a $10 one. Okay, yeah, so it's all free and clear because one of the things I talked about in it was because of the scents, a lot of the perfumes and stuff they add to them. My wife gets sinus headaches, and when we go to the grocery store, we generally, like when we go to buy the the all when it's on sale. We take a deep breath, we dash down the aisle at Costco or Sam's Club, grab it, put it in the cart, and boogie out the other side. Because all those perfumed, scented laundry detergents and stuff give us major sinus headaches. And Tibor says, Purex and all are the same, no perfumes, no scents. Yeah, and there's a couple. I think there's a Cheer has a scent-free one as well. But we like the all. We've tried some of the others. When I was working for the construction company on the lube truck, even though I was wearing coveralls, oil and stuff would go through the coveralls into my Levi's and stuff, and the all was the only thing that got it out. Of course, you put in the all. Sometimes I would, if I had grease on there too, I'd put in a half cup of the borax as an additive afterwards. But the main laundry detergent we use, or laundry soap, is all. Oh yeah, I mean it's bad. And what I really hate is that at Home Depot, the electrical aisle, go down to one aisle. The one side is where you have all the extension cords and certain things. The other side is all the soaps and stuff and crap. And it's like, oh man, it hurts. It's painful to go down in there. Yeah, Kayla. Yeah, there's some of the crap they're putting in some of these things is bad. And here's what's for a lot of the perfumes and stuff that for women to put on their bodies, and the colognes for guys. One of the ingredients in that comes from the scent gland of a skunk. They got a couple different scent glands there, and the one is the carrier sticking agent, so it makes it stick when they spray. And so let's use that stuff that makes it stick. We won't use the stinky one, but it makes it stick, and we'll put that in all the perfumes and stuff. And then they found out, we can dilute and blend the stinky stuff with other things and make it smell pretty good, and it'll stick too. And Ginger jumped over to Courtney's Wide Family Farm thing, the beaver. The imitation vanilla is made with beaver butt gland stuff. All right. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So yeah. And so scents are one of the things that you need to plan for when prepping, because like Barry said here, where was it? Scented candles can mess with you. And if you're collecting all these candles and you don't realize they're scented, and when you fire them up, they're going to start giving you crap. You may need to trade those for some non-scented ones somewhere or whatever else. Don't ask what natural flavors are in good. Well, anything that says natural flavorings, because the beaver gland stuff, and they talk about it, is used primarily for imitation vanilla and imitation raspberry flavoring. But they tweak it a little bit, and it's also used for a lot of food natural flavorings. Yeah, so don't ask. Just if it says natural flavor, other natural flavors, there's a good chance it's beaver butt. What does stuff? Star, what happens if she or you turns out to be suddenly develop an allergy to that? All right. Okay, let me see what I can do over here. So, all right, we covered that. All right. No, we didn't pick up any more subscribers tonight. Good. Then I don't have to make anybody. Did anybody else join tonight after Idaho Garden Girl and Walt Rogers? I might have missed it in the chat there. if anybody noticed that. Because it's the last chance for me to update the wheel here. And once again, where is it here? 99 cents a month. However, I have made a change on my levels. I've eliminated the survivalist level. There was only one person that had gotten it, and after a month they didn't renew it. And since stupid YouTube defaults to the highest one under $5, and if you want to gift one, I got rid of it. So because I know people trying to gift, and they might gift the $1.99 one, but they won't gift the $4.99. So now there's only two levels. It's the prepper level starts at 99 cents, and the gray man level is $1.99. And so I'm just going to do the $1.99, and I'll probably may bring down that add the bonus to it of the 12 hours of one-on-one consultation per year to the gray man level as well. So, all righty. So let me go back up here. Yeah, this is for members only. It's on the wheel. Their names are already on the wheel here. So this is I'm going to go over and spin this. Let me bring it up here. And oh, by the way, this is the wind tunnel for the hurricane. See how they got them strapped in? You got them strapped in there, and then they turn up to 142 mile an hour winds on them. But boom, here's the channel members. I got everybody in there. And I am going to shuffle. And then I'm going to give it a spin. And we're going to see who gets a $5 Amazon gift card. Oh, it looks like Kaylin Strain. All right, Kaylin, I'm going to send you another one. Kaylin won one last night too, so I'm going to send Kaylin another one. Let me write it down here. The spin. That's Kaylin. All right, and I'll get those out later on after the live stream. All righty. Tibor said, red 33. Oh, wrong. And then he comes back. Whoops, wrong wheel. Good one, Tibor. All right. So the way this works on the questions for the videos, next Tuesday's questions will be based on videos that come out tomorrow through next Tuesday. During the day on Tuesday, there will be there'll be something in there on those videos that I will ask questions about. I may put in a keyword in there like I did yesterday, and even typed it in the video below it so that you could see it. But there will be something in the videos, and so if you pay attention, you'll see it. And it may not be at the beginning. It may be at first thing it may be first thing in the beginning of the video. It may be one of the last things in the video. So yeah. And all right, so let's see here. Yeah. And so back to Metro Preppers. One of the reasons I call them Metro Preppers, not all city dwelling preppers are Metro Preppers. This goes back to the ones, because like I had in the slideshow there, we're going to practice bugging out. We're going to go camping. We can use public transportation to get out of town. if things go bad. And, you know, like if you ever listened to Bob when he's been up on the live streams talking about what happened there in in Seattle and Portland and stuff like that up there, it got so bad up there, you know, public transportation wasn't running in certain areas. So how are you going to get out? And so one guy actually said, well, I'm just going to call for an Uber and request one that has a Suburban or a pickup truck to haul me out of town. Really? If things are going south and people are evacuating, you think someone's going to be driving Uber around? I don't think so. Good night, Alicia. Take care. So, yeah, there are... shoot, that went way by again. Let me put it back in here again. There's the link if anybody wants to come up here. But yeah, there are more. When I started looking to, I found more Metro Preppers than I felt comfortable with. And what scared me was the number of followers some of these channels had. And it's like, dude, you're going to get a lot of people killed. And they're just giving out bad information. And said, oh yeah, we can do this, that. And some of them were saying, yeah, we store the little water bottles. We got, hundreds of cases of these little water bottles. And I said, you do know that those little water bottles are only meant to be stored for a couple of months before they start to break down, and they off-gas chemicals into the water. Guess what happened to that comment? Oh, I don't know if everybody remembers. There was a show. I'm trying to remember what it was called here. It was on National Geo. They only had 2 seasons. The second season, they screwed it up so bad that the ratings bombed on it, and they got bad stuff on it. First season was okay. Second one, they really screwed it up, and just screwed it up all through the season and made it really bad. Second one was they were down in New Orleans, and what was that called? I'm trying to remember. The Colony. Yeah, it was called The Colony, and CR just grabbed it there too. The Colony. And it was, the first one was good. They actually, they had people and they had to scrounge and they had to build stuff, and they wound up finding an abandoned truck, or whatever that had engine problem. They pushed it back to the little compound. They worked on it. They got it running. They salvaged a bunch of solar panels from the street signs. The warning signs have solar power. Move right, move left. Road closed, whatever. And season 1 was in LA, and they that first season was pretty good because they were putting stuff out there. If they took it and did something with it, hey, they got closer to be able to get out of there. Hey, Projects with Paul, how's it going? And these guys are not in any way close to being Metro Preppers. Some of the guys on the show, on their YouTube channels that I classify as Metro Preppers, talk about doing stuff that doesn't make sense. At least in The Colony, stuff in season 1, stuff they did made sense. Hey, Star.
Hi.
But some of these guys out there, they have. The one channel has something like 25,000 subscribers, and the information he's putting out there is so bad. He puts out a little good stuff, then he puts out bad information, and it's just like, Oh, man. Oh, Prepping to Endure here. And it's just so frustrating when you have these people gaining, YouTube's pushing their channel out there. They're gaining subscribers and they're giving out bad information. And Shadow Scout's here. Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing good. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Hey, Star.
Yeah, well, good morning to you, Shadow Scout. But yeah, there is, and I've actually had someone mention to me, "Oh, have you watched this channel?" I said, "Yeah, over half the stuff he puts out is wrong." And they go, "What? Really?" Yeah, and I went down and named some of the stuff off that the guy was doing, and it's like, you don't use milk jugs to store drinkable water in. I don't care if you rinse it out really good with hot water, put a couple drops of bleach in there, some water, and shake it up and let it sit for a day. The plastic has absorbed milk proteins and stuff into it, and it's hard to get it out of the plastic. And it will, after months or so, be doing bacteria. And it's just not safe. Plus, milk cartons are not made for long-term storage. We used to store non-potable water at my parents' place underneath their mobile home. We had a cement pad there. It was on a cement pad, and we took gallon jugs and we sat it down there. After about 2 years, once they were about 2 years old, they started breaking. They were out of the light. They were under the mobile home. Kept at a decent temperature, but they just break down. Milk jugs are made to break down. Barry says people learning this don't really practice what they preach. They only to make money off of gullible folks. Exactly. And it's just me. What am I doing with my channel membership money? I'm giving it back in giveaways. Am I making any money off it? No. I'm just trying to get more people in here to learn the truth. And because if they know the truth, they know how to prep and do everything, and they share that with their neighbors and stuff. That's less people, especially around me or around my wife or around my sister, my cousins, that are going to be unprepared and being a threat to my family. So if they're prepared, I see it as a bonus for me. Exactly, Steph. The plastic becomes weak and brittle, and if it's in a cold area where it freezes and thaws, it'll break down a lot quicker. Because I had a bottle that only had half full of distilled water that I was using for testing my garden soil and stuff, and I left it out in the shop last winter, and I went out there halfway through the winter, and here's this pool of ice underneath the shelves. I looked up, and it had frozen, cracked, even though it's made to expand with the those divots in the milk jugs and stuff, and the same type things for the water jug. Water was only half full, so it had plenty of room to expand. Well, it froze and contracted, and broke and cracked the container, and most of the water leaked out. Tibor has a PSA for us. Hey, Nunya, Texas in the back 20. Welcome. Watch if your pharmacy charges manufacturing your meds. Write the date down. Wife's pharmacy's charged her thyroid medications. She swelled up and changed her thyroid meds, and she went up. And here's Wayne. Yeah. Changes manufacturer charges. Sorry, yeah. Watch if your pharmacy changes the manufacturer on your meds. Yeah, because different manufacturers put different inert ingredients in there as filler to make the tablet the same size. Yeah. Use those. Yeah, those water cooler ones. I don't have it in here. It's in the other room. The ones you can buy at either Walmart or Target. some of the places around the ones that are made for camping, those 5 and 6 and 7 gallon jugs that are made for camping, they're made to be knocked around, and they're made for long-term storage. Those are the better ones to get. So what do you guys think of my slideshow on the Metro Preppers?
I left my butt off, actually.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
hilarious.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even put, like I said, I didn't even put most of the pictures I found in there. I mean, there was one, and I know she was doing it just for the clickbait. She had her camouflage pants on and a camouflage small halter top.
Oh.
Yeah, this is what I bought. This is really good. If you buy it and use my link, I get money back on it.
You gotta send me an email with some of these channels. I want to see if they're the ones I'm thinking of.
I have to go back and find. I got some of the stuff I was looking at months ago when I added it to the list.
Yeah.
And it was last year I was looking at some of these, and I just put them out of my mind. Every now and then I'll come across one. If I come across one, I'll forward you the link.
Yeah, every now and again I run across one that's just ridiculous like that. There was one a couple months ago I was scrolling through and it popped up in my stream, and it was this lady. She had to be in her 60s, and she's like in a 2-piece bathing suit and gardening and constantly bending over in front of the camera, and it was just gross, man. She wasn't even that good looking to begin with.
She's probably aiming towards her followers in the old folk in the I want to say that the old folks home. Yeah, all the bachelors in there are going. Oh. But yeah, it's sad. The fact that some of these, I wouldn't mind so much if they were giving out good information, dressing in the with the halter top and stuff and all that crap. If they were giving out good information, but they put a little bit of truth out there and bad information, and it's just
Well, it's just irritating. They can. Put on a bikini and just have a trash channel and get like 500,000 to 5 million subscribers.
Yeah. And no telling what she's showing she's showing to her channel members only. But it's okay, let's say if you came in late, you need to watch the beginning of it. The slideshow was absolutely hilarious. Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob, 9482. Good to see you, brother.
Yeah. But yeah, it was absolutely. I mean, yeah. And then once I found out about PrepperCon and they had that fashion show, I was like, oh my God. It was like, holy macro. It's so stupid.
I was laughing at the dude
I
in the
agree.
Hawaiian shirt. Because when I go to an event that's high profile and you're going to get picked out anyways, like a gun show or, an open carry event or a prepper thing, I'll wear stuff like that just because it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the prepper fashion, that lady who had that tight pants on, that doesn't work. You need to have good pants with cargo pockets.
Yeah. Well, it's like
a real good size.
Yeah,
good
I think it was Idle Garden Girl that said that's probably that super stretchy material that she can bend every which way and it's just going to keep stretching. Problem is that ain't going to last. The first time it snags, it's toast.
It's toast. I agree.
Yeah, I got a pair of jeans that has like a blend of that in it. I bought the wrong pair on accident. It's actually the pair I'm wearing now. They're comfortable to wear around the house, but you can't go do any gardening or any work in them because they're not durable, let alone survive or something in them.
Yeah, I got a pair of shirts, several pairs of shirts, one in green, dark green, one in gray, And back in the beginning, I was wearing the gray one all the time when I was filming the York Prep for today. Gray man, gray shirt, and here he is. And
hey guys.
it's that stretchy too, and it works great around the house. And so when I'm doing stuff, it stretches. It doesn't bind at all. But if I go outside to work outside, I can't wear it because I destroyed 2 of them.
What was I hearing? PrepperCon and what's that? I'm late here, guys. I was.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was
left your butt off.
I was showing all these photos of the Metro Preppers, and then I came when I was looking up, trying to find all these, find some of these old channels or find pictures that match the guys I saw on some of these channels. And one was it showed a fashion show going on. And it said PrepperCon, and in the description on Google's search, what the photo.
Okay.
And I saw several PrepperCon, and I went and typed in PrepperCon fashion show, and it was like, oh my gosh, oh no, and I hit the floor laughing. I literally slipped out of my chair and hit the floor laughing. Some of the photos and stuff, and I put some of them up here. And what's so bad is that most of these prepper fashions were wearing tennis shoes.
Yeah,
not George's, the old-fashioned tennis shoes, like your deck shoes that have laces. And it's like
Crocs or something.
I mean, it's just like, hey, Ranger Bob, how's it going? I mean, it's like, I'll tell you what I'm going to do here.
Marketing, dude, it's just marketing, man. Somebody found a niche to, okay.
All right, I'm going to give the latecomers something to laugh at.
Yeah.
All right, here it is. It's the Prepper Fashion Show. Say what? Yeah, it's the Prepper Fashion Show. Look at what they're wearing here. Actually, let me hang on. Let me kill this.
Tennis shoes. Yeah, look at that. Yeah.
Tennis shoes. The old-fashioned. Not even good traction type ones. You look at her boots.
City boots.
Yeah, but these pants. All right, here. There we go. They got all the Arctic wear and stuff. And what do they have down here? They got black tennis shoes on.
Marketing. Somebody's out there just trying to make a fast buck, man.
I've done so many videos on footwear too. Like you can get good, like durable, real shoes, like the 511 ones.
Yeah. So what are they wearing? Camouflage shoes? No, they're wearing gray tennis shoes.
Gray tennis shoes. What the heck? Well, oh boy,
this is a real thing.
Yes, these are from the 2018 PrepperCon for their fashion show.
I thought it was a joke.
Yeah, I'm looking at your blue tennis shoes, light gray tennis shoes, but the outfits, and this jacket thing he's wearing. Looking at the material on it, because I can see it on a bigger screen here, it's probably that stretchy material that's going to, when it snags, it's toast.
Yeah.
But
I wonder who was the sponsor for this event. Probably,
I don't know.
That's hard to say. And a ghillie suit too. Okay.
Is this the one in Ohio?
No, this is this one here. PrepperCon this year is in Sandy, Utah. I think the last couple of years it's been in Sandy, Utah now. So I think they're sticking there because they found a good sucker audience in a certain church there in Utah.
I was going to say if it's in Ohio, I'll have to go up and get kicked out.
Yeah, there's one in Ohio. I'll show you that one here in a minute again here.
Bullet resistant school gear. I knew a guy I worked with. He fell into that. He had to get his son a backpack with a bullet resistant backpack. I was like, dude, come on.
Yeah. Hey, you put enough school books in there, it's not going to reach it to that steel plate in that backpack.
Well, I taught my daughter, if there's anything happens, you go out the damn window.
Yeah.
Go right now. Leave your stuff behind and run for your life. That's the only chance you're going to get.
Yeah.
So.
Now, here's something. Look at the guy in the middle here. This is the bullet resistant biker vest. And of course, he's got the chaps on to be part of the biker, outfit. But he's got black tennis shoes on.
Wrong
His gun is
shoes.
exposed, so you can shoot there.
Looks like he just rolled out of the Blue Oyster.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For those that don't know what the Blue Oyster is, go back and watch the original Police Academy movie.
Blue Oyster Bar, yeah. I have that movie.
All right, and then of course, what I like with the ghillie suit. What's he wearing?
Tennis shoes.
White
Tennis shoes.
White tennis shoes.
White shoes. Yeah.
Here she's modeling the first aid, the fold-out first aid kit.
Well, you saw the first aid kit that my wife put together for us.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing, and she says straight out, that's why she got those sterile gauze pads and all that. Okay, stuff that wound full, and get them to a hospital. Period.
All right, let's see.
Those humongous bags. I mean, it might not be a bad thing to have, but.
All right, I want to say how Old Ways Gardening and Prepping just came in. She calls them millennial preppers.
AR-15
Homestead Aquarius came in. Let's see who else came in here. Not sure.
Well,
but anyways, yeah. So you see the guy in the blue shirt. His has guns on it too, and so they're wearing Hawaiian shirts with flowers and guns. What else we got here? Is that the last one? No. They want this company's called urbansurvival.com.
Okay.
It's on the and this is the Urban Survivors Assault Vehicle in standout lime green.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't choose that color.
No.
And if this had a hard top on it, I'd want the hard top on it because you want to be able to pack other crap on top if you need to.
That's an expensive vehicle, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like a custom built. Who could afford that? And I wouldn't buy it if I could afford it, man.
Yeah, no, exactly.
What do you think you have to pay for that car? 300, 400,000?
Probably.
No, it's something like I think it's like 95,000.
Okay, too much.
Yeah. See, this car is for crushing zombies. If you can see the zombie on the tire.
Yeah.
So what this car is for? If you look on top, it looks like they got a bunch of Estes rockets, model rocketries lined up on top there, and they got a massive crossbow up here. What it's for is for running over two certain groups that were terrorizing Seattle and Portland.
Yeah, but even the zombies will laugh at you.
And the
if you're
problem with
driving a
that
Jeep.
car is they are easy targets.
Oh yeah, it's
very
like,
much,
I see it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you just got a regular Jeep that blends in on the highway, that's going to draw every eye towards you on a highway, on a city, anywhere you go.
All right,
everybody's
let's
going to be
go back
looking
up
at
here.
you.
All right, you ready for this one?
Let's see.
That is bad paint job.
But I would rather drive
That
that
than the lime green.
Yeah. I knew a
This
lot
is
of
like-
guys who
This is
painted
like an
their
American
pickups
who
like
is
that.
pretending to be a Indian or something.
Yeah. Okay.
With a Southeast Asian paint job, your customized minivan.
The Indian style.
But you got to put a little
Right, yeah,
spoiler on the back. You got to put a
Yeah.
spoiler on the back. Yeah. Oh,
Oh man, yeah.
I did know a lot of guys growing up that had a pickup truck painted like that because they were duck hunters
Mm-hmm.
and bow hunters. They were serious about it. They would try to park that thing, cover it with some brush, keep it out of sight from the wildlife, and go hunting. Yeah. But yeah, minivan. Well, I'd rather drive that minivan, but actually, I'd rather drive a regular sedan or something like that, or a Jeep or a pickup, because it doesn't draw attention.
Pickups are so common.
Yeah.
You just get a common pickup in a dull color. There are a lot of white ones out there. Construction company will do a lot of white pickups.
Yeah.
But a gray one, the gray pickups actually kind of blend in with the roadway and everything else around them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, It's
I used
just
to hate
absolutely.
gray cars in Washington because, especially when it rains and the skies are gray, you miss them a lot on the road. You don't see them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So,
Well, listen, yeah, I got to give. Okay, I am a capitalist. I believe in making a buck where you can, a legal buck. But I got to give him kudos. Somebody who came up with this marketing strategy.
yeah.
Very creative, but you're an asshole.
Yeah. Well, it's like I changed my background to put up the 5-tonner here.
Yeah.
That granted they did. I was up here on the top. They extended the cab up, so you have headroom in there.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But it's if I had one of those, I'd be using it for not for bug out, not for Armageddon. I'd be using it for hauling, going and getting when I get a load of bales of hay,
firewood,
stuff like that. I would be using that to go get that stuff.
Yeah.
And go getting long pieces of lumber from Home Depot or Lowe's. I froze. That's what I'd be using that thing for. And in the wintertime, hey, that's not going to be breaking traction around town like my pickup does. That thing's heavy, and it'll be sitting down there on the road. It ain't gonna be slipping and sliding.
I'd love to have one of those. My buddy's got a deuce and a half, and that thing's awesome because he burns everything: hydraulic fluid, oil, corn oil, everything he get his hands on. He runs through a filter in a 55-gallon drum, and then puts it right into the deuce and mixes it with the fuel.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, when I was seeing people exiting the city of Marawi, I didn't see anybody in any special vehicles. Most people were wearing flip-flops, shorts, and had no backpacks. They had nothing. They were in the back of military trucks getting evacuated. That's the way a real bug out is. That's the way it is.
Yeah, you just grab something and go.
Yeah, just put your shoes on and go, because the fighting is here. There's no warning. No one gives you anything, any sirens going off. Prepare for. No, it doesn't happen that way. It's here right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right. Someone asked about Ohio, about the prepper shows in Ohio. So I'm going to bring it back up here. I'm actually going to show it here. So the Ohio Prepper and Survivalist and Firearms Show, June 9th through 10th. Wood County Fairgrounds, Bowling Green, Ohio.
I might go to that just to see.
Yeah, so that's the one in Ohio. The next one here listed, go down here, is in Mesquite, Texas. Prepper Expo, Self-Reliant Expo. That's in March, the end of March. That's Mesquite, Texas. And those first two, Doc Bones and Nurse Amy have been at, and probably one of them they're coming back this year. Chicagoland, Survival and Green Expo, Gray Lake, Illinois. Survival Outdoor, Bloomington, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
Chicagoland, admission's free if you don't die on the way in.
Yeah, and this one's in May, the 1st of May down there. PrepperCon is at Sandy, Utah, and it's May 18th through 19th. And it's the one that has the hurricane simulator. See if it'll show it.
Trip. Yeah.
Is it going to show it?
I've done that in real life a couple of times. Stood watching a hurricane. That wasn't fun.
Please take.
Yeah, that's why. Okay, for a while there was on YouTube, all the YouTube heroes. Oh,
Yeah.
The FEMA camps, they're going to take you there and they're going to put you into gas chambers and all this other stuff. Like, I've seen war. I've been on the outside of a city that was in the middle of a war, and you know what, guys? That's the only safe place you've got is a FEMA style camp. When you leave your home, a lot of people did have backpacks and suitcases full of go gear, but the military takes it away from you because they don't know who the hell you are. They take your gear and you get on the men, they tie their wrists together, and you're going to be standing out there in a relatively safe place for a while until they can get a truck to fill with evacuees, and then you go to a nearby city like Cagayan de Oro, and they they set up barbed wire compounds and they put you in there. That's where you want to be, because they've got armed guards to protect you, and they got food, they got water, they've got medics. That's where you want to go. Is like I used to shake my head hearing these people, oh, if the government moves you to a FEMA camp, they're going to put you in a gas chamber and torture you. Nothing could be further from the truth. I don't know any military or law enforcement who wants to torture civilians who are leaving a combat zone. They don't have time for that. They don't have a need for that. So all that FEMA camp stuff, bullshit. I've seen it myself.
Yeah.
There's so much.
Anyways.
But that PrepperCon, that's just a marketing strategy, man. It's kind of funny.
Now, the thing is that they do have, a lot of them have classes like the PrepperCon has 80 classes going on. The one in Ohio has more than 40 preparedness classes that are scheduled this year. And they're still adding, because that one's in June, they're still adding classes to it. I asked Amy if she and Joe were going to the PrepperCon in Utah. She goes, no, we haven't heard anything about it yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But like they said, the one in Ohio, they were there last year, and so they'll probably be back again this year. And the one in they are scheduled for the one in Mesquite, Texas this year already. So Doc Bones and Nurse Amy. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to go check it out. I'm not going to go buy any of their stupid garbage they have there. It's just out west where, up in Washington or even down in California, they didn't have any of that. The stuff that they have out here on the east, like around East Tennessee, North Carolina, Kentucky, Ohio, there's all kinds of stuff going on all the time out here. It's crazy when you start looking up events like the Pathfinder School that Dave Canterbury has. They have other classes besides just survival classes. They have like canning classes. They have Appalachian skills classes. They have all this other stuff. And then they do like a huge outdoor like festival event where vendors and people come and they put on classes once a year. We're going to go check that out this year.
Yeah.
In California there, in Contra Costa County, I was picked on all the time to get to help, not only just to be there, but to help set up them. And because all my connections, we need classes on this, this, and this. And I would just, I would give them stuff, people to names and stuff. I had a list of people who would come in, do classes on cooking, bread making, canning, solar ovens, first aid, all of that sort of thing, purifying water and stuff. And so, I'd usually, then they contact me. I usually bring in about 20 classes, just people I know that were interested in just helping out for free.
Yeah, we sent my daughter through a wilderness survival. It was a week-long ordeal, and she came home filthy, dirty, and hungry. But she said it was a good thing, a good experience, because they were all teenagers or young adults, and part of it was they had them all go out into an area in the woods here in Northwest and build their own shelter and live in it.
Yeah.
And she said it was a good experience.
Yeah. At scout camps, they, for the Wilderness Survival Merit Badge, they have to build a shelter and spend the night in it. And it's got to be waterproof because the camp staff will come around in the middle of the night, and scouts are told this: we're coming around with a 5-gallon bucket of water, and we're dumping it on your shelter.
Yeah.
And so so you see scouts out there building it, getting their own 5-gallon buckets of water, throwing at it. Okay, it stayed dried. All right, I'm good.
Yeah. She said it was very fatiguing because they taught them what kind of berries to eat and plants, and she said it was fatiguing because that's what you spend all your time doing. Is after you get a shelter built, which is really low to the ground, she and another girl made it just so you could slide in. It was about that deep, and branches and leaves to hold your body heat in and keep the mosquitoes out. The rest of the time was out there gathering food. She said, man, if you had to live that way for very long, it would not be fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, an example of that. How many of you used to watch Les Stroud, Survivor Man?
Oh yeah, yeah. I watched a few of his episodes. I enjoyed those.
And he's out there with he's his own cameraman, unlike that Stefani Baloney Bear.
Yeah.
And so he's out there and he's showing his mistakes,
Mhm.
and he's showing what works and what didn't work. And so yeah, I mean, you watch some of those things. You want to learn to see what it is out there having to forage for food for a week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prepper show. That's well, yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested in finding out where any of these big ones are, just search your area out for, like prepper conventions, survivalist conventions, outdoor shows, survival shows, prepper shows. Just I'm scrolling through looking at the self-reliant expos. Those are all type of keywords you can type in there. Prepper and survivalist, shows, firearm shows. You'll be, you might find them. The other thing too is just to Google and search your area for emergency preparedness fairs.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those will have what's the word I'm looking for? Sellers that that come in, they're selling stuff and that. But generally, they're fairly local, within 100 miles of you.
Yeah.
And they're local to the area, so they're trying to build a market base, so their prices aren't exorbitant usually. They try to cut it to the bone at the shows to get you to come into their stores.
Yeah.
Hey, Karen, how's it
that's
going?
what it is. A lot of it is business. Yeah, they try to drum up business.
Most of the ones the LDS Church in California hosted them, and there's no marketing allowed on their property.
Mm.
So everything there was all education. There were no sellers, no vendors. No vendors selling stuff.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Now they did allow vendors to come in for displays that were not selling. So they had some solar power company. They say, hey, contact us afterwards. We can't even make appointments here. Here's our card. Contact us afterwards.
Oh, okay.
And so,
Old ways. You're right. Old ways. There's a lot of stuff selling stuff that you don't need, man.
Yeah.
Did Alreds anytime come to India?
What was that?
Alred. Person named Alred.
Yeah, Karen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw her. I said, hi, Karen.
Oh, did
Thanks
she come
for
to
the
India
info. I will be sure to attend. So much to learn. Yeah, the thing is, I'm thinking about possibly heading down to PrepperCon because it's in May, and the road should be clear for me to get down there, just to take a look around and shoot a lot of video.
Where did you say that was in Utah?
Sandy, Utah. That's south from you go south from Salt Lake. You got Sandy, Draper, and I forget the other little one down there. My sister used to live in Sandy.
Okay, I've been through the Ogden area a couple times and then over in an area where Nothing Fancy's at up there, but I've never been really south of Salt Lake.
You know
All
who I think
There you go. I'm going to bring up the map of it.
Good instructors would be is people who come from his part of the world, right there. People who've lived live with very little.
All right.
You understand? You live with very little, and those are the people you want to learn from.
Yeah.
Because they have to make do with something every day,
Yeah. So Salt Lake's up here. The airport's off over here somewhere, but Murray, Utah was the other one I was thinking about. West Jordan, South Jordan have expanded, but Sandy is really grown more than a lot. Draper was another place my sister lived for a while, but Sandy, Utah is where it's at. So back off so you can get a.
Okay.
And see, and there's Provo, Orem, Lehigh, and Ogden is up here. And there's the Great Salt Lake where you can float and can't drown. unless you're really trying. It's so salty you float. But yeah.
Do
So that's
they
what that was at.
extract salt from there, Mr. Gill?
Huh?
Do they extract salt?
No,
That-
they don't extract salt from there because
Hmm.
let me bring it back up here.
No, we got massive.
These are the
mines.
salt flats out here. You know where they do the speed racing of the where they do the high speed races for the fastest cars is out in salt flats, and it's salt. It's very salty out there.
Oh, okay. They're going to mine it. Huh? Yeah.
And at least I'm not sure if they're still mining it, but the way they used to mine it,
Mhm.
they'd go out there with a motor blade and go down and take like maybe a half inch or a quarter inch and just scrape and just throw it over to the side, and then they come along with a paddle wheel scraper and just pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
That way they're not damaging a lot. They're just taking a little shave off the top.
Cool. Free salt.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the up here up the street from me here in Shelley, they have one. They haven't had it since the Red Dragon showed its head. Hopefully they'll do it again this year. I got to talk to Ben Gilmore, Minuteman Prep. He was one of the organizers of it, and see if they're going to do it this year. But there is an Army surplus store just outside of Shelley over on Interstate 15, big one, and they were in there with I had brought had a multiple space booth, and were there as well.
Bonneville Salt Flats.
Yeah, that's the Bonneville Salt Flats.
Check out.
I heard
look,
this name somewhere. Bonneville Communications. Bonneville camera stuff.
Yeah.
Look up the movie World's Fastest Indian. That might be on YouTube. That whole thing's about the Bonneville Salt Flats, and it's a good one to watch about that if you want to get some good visuals about what they do there and stuff.
Hooga!
CB is in the house.
Now I learned the meaning of hooga the other day. It was in the dictionary. It means calm and serene and stuff like that.
And fun and enjoyable. Yeah.
Enjoyable. Yeah.
Yeah. So, those that came in late, you missed the giveaway, and I gave away 3 Amazon gift cards. I'll be doing that again next Tuesday as well. Actually, it's going to be an ongoing thing here on the channel. So there's 1 giveaway to subscribers, and there are 2 giveaways to channel members. Because, hey, channel members pay for it. So
Today is Ash Wednesday for us. So is it midnight already for you?
now it's 9 for here in Mountain Time. It's 9:25.
8:25 Pacific time.
Yeah,
So not yet.
Tuesday.
yeah.
5:26 a.m. Wednesday
Oh.
morning.
Wednesday.
5 a.m. Oh boy. Mhm.
Yeah.
That's so early. Oh,
Yeah, I just decided I got a ton of work to do. I was trying to figure out what to do with these apparently all these Bradford pears. I got like 26 Bradford pears that are planted on the line around the house and out on the corner up the road. Apparently those are really bad.
that's forehead day.
They bad is that they don't produce good fruit, or they're just
Everything. Their roots don't go very deep, so they look like they'd be good at blocking the wind, but they push over easy. They're toxic. They suck all the nutrients, so other trees can't grow. And also, they produce like these little tiny pears, but they're not edible. They're poisonous to humans and animals.
Oh, not
So-
good. Yeah.
Well, it solves a problem for me because I was trying to figure out where I was going to put an orchard, and I was like, well, I don't really need to put an orchard. I'll just cut all those down, either poison or dig the stumps out, and then plant apple, pear, plum, whatever fruit trees between them, 10
Right.
feet apart, and offset back about 4 feet. So then once the grass grows over where the stumps were, I can mow along there.
Yeah.
Something
Good
to
night.
look into. Something to look into. Check with your local equipment rental dealer. If you can get like a Bobcat or the equivalent of a track loader, not the skid steer with the 4 wheels, so those bounce all over the friggin' place. You want a track one, and you get the stump grinder attachment in a day. After you cut it down, you can go through there, just grind it all down a foot or two below the surface. Get rid of all the roots and stuff, and just leave it there, let it compost.
Yeah. One thing is that the roots only go, I guess, like 2 feet deep.
Yeah.
So like I was considering that, or just digging down and cutting them off around the stump and pulling the stump up with a pry bar or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe you make friends of a neighbor that has a small backhoe. After you cut it down, and come over and just dig it out.
Yeah.
So Bradford pears are also called as Chinese pear.
That explains it.
Wayne, have you ever seen how they grow orchards over in Southeast Asia?
No, I never did look at orchards out there.
The Spanish taught the Filipinos how to grow crops and all that, and they learned from them. Let's say what they do is they mix like coffee plants with date palms, with coconut palms and bananas. They're all mixed up, and then between the trees they let it grow naturally, because the insects, like the ants climb up the trees and they eat all the bad pests. But so I think something like that, if you're going to start an orchard, mix them all up, because if you plant one type of crop, like they did in this area about 100 and something years ago, they planted hops, and they got a blight in the soil and insects, and it wiped them out.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You mix it all up with pears. You're probably already thinking in that direction: pears, plums, apples, nut trees, and
I'm gonna
things
do
like that.
like apple, pear, plum, cherry, apple, pear, plum, cherry, kind of like
Mhm.
that. And they're
Yeah.
going to be in a line. They're not really going to be in rows like an orchard. So
Yeah.
I'm basically going to
Right.
replace all those. There's like 26 of those Bradford pears. I'm
Mhm.
going to take them all out and replace them and put fruit trees all along the property line.
Yeah.
And,
You could even mix some nut trees in with it too, like some, hazelnuts or filberts nuts and walnuts and different things like that. Mix them up,
Yeah, they're.
Wayne, do you have a fireplace?
Yes, I do.
Just a fireplace, or do you have a wood burning insert, or do you have a wood stove?
It's an insert, and I need to get it inspected because I don't know anything about them. I've had stoves before, but I don't know anything about these inserts or the chimney and stuff. So I'm gonna have someone actually come out and inspect it. We made it through the crazy winter. Like, we had the 2 worst winter storms on record, I guess, this year for the area, and we made it through just fine without anything extra. So.
Yeah, because one of the things that Tibor says, you burn that wood, it stinks. So you need to have like a stove, a wood burning stove, or an insert that has the total seal on it. So all the stink goes up the chimney, out up the flue, and outside. And
that's weird. I just read like the internet was saying it was like good wood. I'll just burn it outside then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Use it for fire pit wood.
What's that, Huga?
Oh.
Nuts and fruit trees. Yeah, there you go, Kalen.
Yeah, there ain't no apple, or there ain't no cedars around here. There's not a whole lot of cedars out in East Tennessee. There's some red cedar mixed in the forest, but it's not like out west or in the lowlands where it's just tons of cedars everywhere.
Yeah. They like the boggy climate. You saw that here in Washington. They like it where it's wet.
Yeah, they like the low, wet soil, and the west side of the mountain it gets the rain.
Yeah. Eastern Washington, they just don't seem to survive. The pine trees survive Eastern Washington, where it's arid. And the west is.
And then those pines, like the ones they have out there, the bull pines or whatever they are, all their needles are acidic, so it makes nothing else around them grow.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
I would like to have a few of those here, because as alkali as the soil is, it would take decades for it to bring it back down, make it acidic enough to be normal. Because I mean, I tested some of the spots, and I got like a 9.8 on for acidic. I mean, for alkali, and it's like I mean, it just went. The thing wouldn't go any greener. It wouldn't go any darker. I mean, it was like, dang. And even the probe tester I used, it just pegs out at 10. It just.
Yeah. I didn't say there weren't any cedars out this way, Storms. I'm saying there's not that many in comparison. If you've been out to the Northwest, they're everywhere.
Or Oklahoma, out there were several the YouTube channels, Oklahoma. They're always cutting the cedars out there. They run a lot of the boar and keto goats out there to eat up all the baby cedars, keep them from becoming big.
Out here, there's a lot of different species of trees mixed in the woods. Out in the Northwest, there's only a couple types. Really, there's only like 3 dominant species. There's like 27 or 30 different types of trees in Washington, but there's like 3 that dominate all the forests out there. And you're like out here, there's a whole bunch of different types of trees. I'm still learning all the different trees out here.
Yeah. Ohio banned because they're so invasive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, like old way says, they're like privet. They'll just grow and yeah.
If they could extract the thing that makes them invasive and put that into the plants that we eat, then that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
They'll like thrive, and we don't have to worry about food.
Well, there's some stuff that grows like that, like beans and squash. You plant beans and squash, and that stuff just takes off.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that reminds me of something. There was Washington State University has got satellite stations all over Washington State, and they work towards that goal, Mr. Starr, is to have fruit trees and different vegetables that grow more rapidly and produce more food. And there was several of those places that were burned down by Antifa, the communist rebels. They went in there that was back when they used to call themselves eco warriors. They burned some of the facilities that the Washington State University was experimenting with how to make fruit trees grow healthier, stronger, and bear more food. So some of those eco warriors who changed their name to Antifa later burned those facilities to the ground.
Why?
Thanks, guys.
Don't they want to eat fruits, or they want to see people hungry like our country or something like that?
They're idiots.
Yeah, they're brainwashed fools. They're brainwashed. They're communist sympathetic, and they want to see starvation. They want to see the end of the human race.
Please
except for them.
Yeah, except
send
for
them
them.
to India.
Yeah.
Send them to India.
My wife
We have
always says send them to Afghanistan. You want to live in a bleak, starving country? Go to Afghanistan where there's no water.
They're just like the South Africans. Oh, we're going to get rid of all the people that make the food and the people that make things happen, and all of a sudden things are going to magically run on their own.
Yeah, the long-term goal for some of that stuff is to make sure the population stands in a bread and soup line. That way you can control them, the few that survive. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I was really upset about that when they burned down this one facility that for Washington State University. They were experimenting with fruit trees to grow stronger, healthier, more abundance of food, and they burned it down to the ground. They burned a bunch of their greenhouses, and out in the fields they ruined crops and stuff. So.
Yeah, if they're like really eco warriors, then they should be happy to see the trees last for a really long time, right?
Bingo. Yeah.
But those aren't natural trees that naturally grow here.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing is natural. We also are not natural. I mean, come on. What is natural about us? We have equal neurons in the brain as an elephant, but we are far more intelligent than any other animal here.
Yeah, those are the same people that were lighting green belts of forested areas around where I live on fire during the St. George Floyd stuff that was going on in Seattle. But we're eco warriors. We love the environment. And then they were lighting all that stuff on fire. They're going over top of the Cascade Mountains and throwing road flares out of Cessna aircraft, lighting the forest on fire. I remember that year, man. This whole state was on fire. That was one of their methods of spreading terror. That's
Isn't that domestic?
It is. They are now listed as domestic terrorists. Yeah.
So, isn't there a law against it? I mean,
there is.
But they got to catch them doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It should be like the old blue laws.
Oh, okay.
You catch
Just
a horse
like in
thief.
our country. I mean, the crime should happen for the police to show up. Okay, I got that.
Yeah, if someone's
It's messed up stuff. Yeah.
a terrorist, it should be like the old blue laws. If you catch a horse thief, you can just kill him. You catch these guys burning down a city or doing something stupid, you should just be able to take them out.
I have seen
if they're burning something, I think they ought to be tossed into the flames.
Well, one kid named Kyle did just that.
Arson, it's threat against everything, right? Animals and all, trees. It's other words, murder. So there's this video that I've seen about a Polka County sheriff who was giving a warning to all those people who said we're gonna go and rob people tonight, and he said to all those people who said that they want to create some chaos and do some criminal activities. In this county, I have citizens who actually own guns, and I told everybody to have guns in their home, and they are locked and loaded this night. And if you try to break in, I told them to blow you away.
Well,
I saw that video.
Yeah. I think that was down in Florida.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. Well, that's pretty understood around the United States. Is that we're all armed citizens, and that's why those radicals during the St. George Floyd stuff was going on. They stayed inside the cities mostly. They did try to go into the mountain towns, and then they got run out of town by the armed citizens.
Yeah, that happened a lot of places. The media just didn't show it. Happened a lot out in Idaho.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Even Southern California, the most liberal places in the country, outside of San Diego and some of the communities that we lived in, Antifa tried to come in, and the veterans and business owners got together, and we ran them out. There's a reason you can see videos of that on my channel.
I had a playlist of those events that happened by us, just was stopping them. And magically, all those videos are gone now. I wonder how that happened. YouTube took them down, or however, they're all gone now.
Yeah, probably because I think even YouTube is under pressure. I'm sure the people who work are being threatened, or maybe cut off their fundings, and also people even they don't want to do it, they still are doing it because they need to. So most of them are pawns, as Oldways was talking about.
Yeah,
just pawns. Yeah.
Well, I think there's still a video out there about the Seattle City police chief she was a black lady, and the radicals doxed her, or actually one of the city council members doxed her and gave the radicals the information where she lives. And there's still a video because it was reported by a local news channel of her home. There was one county sheriff out there to guard her home because her kids were in the house, and her husband and kids. She lived way out in the foothills of the mountains. But you know who really guarded her? Was her neighbors. Her neighbors parked their vehicles across the roads, and her neighbors went out there in force to protect the chief of police's home and her family, and one county sheriff. So as far as being locked and loaded and all that stuff, they know enough to not to go lighting people's homes on fire in the residential areas. Something's going to happen to them.
There were some videos out there for a while of Georgia, outside of Stone Mountain, where all those protests were going on about trying to tear down Stone Mountain and stuff. A lot of the homeowners in those neighborhoods were coming out and lining the streets with rifles and shotguns armed. Yeah. And the protesters were walking by, and they're just standing there like, move along, telling them to move along.
Yeah. I saw one video that's gone now, Wayne, along the same lines there. It was in the foothills of the Cascades, like Snohomish or Snoqualmie. There was a lot of the Microsoft employees live out there.
Oh yeah, out
And
in North Bend.
Yeah, in that
Or-
area. Yeah.
People out there don't put up. There's a lot of country people out there.
No, they don't. And there was a couple of the BLM folks had a channel, and they were driving down the road, clacking their Glocks together and all that, and they got in and they fell in line to a gated community, and they followed in before they could close the gate, and they got a big surprise because every homeowner was outside of their home lining the streets. They weren't armed, but their husband behind them in the house was armed, and they went about 3 houses into this development and they stopped, and they went, oh, we're going to get nowhere here. Here's a couple of them in a car rolling up, banging their Glocks together, and it didn't work because they were drastically outnumbered by the homeowners. And that kind of that topic with that sheriff in Florida there, Mr. Starr, brought up that, that we are all well aware of that we have the right to be able to protect ourselves by any means necessary if it comes to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys should be taught, how to raise gardens and grow chickens and all. Do some peaceful things. If you really want to be an eco warrior, grow food, grow animals. Spread love and stuff and all. Spread greenery. Oh my goodness, that's what I would do if I was in that group.
What these people don't understand.
Real sense.
Yeah. What these people don't understand, and there's a lot of good people out there that just want to be left alone. And there's a lot of good people out there, especially after the last 20 years, that are capable of violence and don't have a problem with it, but they want to be left alone. But if you push them,
if you push them enough, then
that's the majority of us. So, we want to be left alone.
Yeah.
That's why we moved out here. That's why we have a place in Arizona, because we want to be left alone. But if you come out here, there's going to be a problem,
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I picked this. My wife and I picked this town here. I mean, it's only the city is only 1 quarter mile, and
what city are you in, Mr. Gill?
Huh?
What city? Which city?
Basalt.
Basalt?
Yeah, here in Idaho, and it's there's 4 streets in. That's it. And so, those 4 streets come off of 2 main roads. So that's it. And
So
just about everybody here has 2 or 3 firearms per house at least. Even the old ladies here have a couple of shotguns in their house. This is my husband's. I'm not getting rid of it.
Yeah, Q brought up something in the side chat that she's right, that Chaz, they did try to grow a no-dig garden in one of the city parks there in that compromise zone. And then shortly after they got everything planted, then it all went to crap.
But a really smart man designed that garden.
Yeah.
Remember the news talking about how the guy that designed that garden was super smart and he was a professor and this and that, and it didn't grow crap.
Yeah. Pretty soon the gardeners left because the radicals started fighting among each other, and it was too dangerous for them to stay there.
Yeah. Homestead Aquarius. That was my cat. That was my kitten.
But yeah, I mean, it's like so I found out after we bought it, I own the largest block of land here in the city. I got 5 acres across the street, and I got 1 acre here. So I'm the largest landowner in the city.
There is a lady here on YouTube. She's here in Washington State, and she did that no dig method where she and her family live in a cabin, and she lined it all with cardboard, natural compost, and some hauled in soil. Man, she grew a pretty good garden out there. out there in the forest, and her husband goes and cuts a few trees down to get some sunlight in there. And she grew a bunch of food right out there in the middle of the woods, man. I was impressed. Hello,
That's
Red
awesome.
Road. Yeah. She's got a good channel called The Bonnet Mom. Yeah. She was learning. They got a little homestead out there, and they raised chickens, and they fortified the chicken coop. And I guess one day, I don't know how the coyote got in there, but it was during the day when she's out gardening with her children, a coyote ran into their compound, grabbed a chicken, and kept running.
Yeah.
And then I lost another chicken to the owls and all that. I'm like, oh, that's how it is. Nature sees these chickens as food, same as we do. And they're going to come in and get it.
Okay,
Chickens are going to be next year. This year, I just want to get.
We have to
I'd
take
be
his
happy.
concrete driveway.
All right.
Out here.
Lingo. Red Road.
Yeah, I think she was raising some buff Orpingtons, and she said, oh, "Coyote came out of the woods, grabbed one of my hens."
What's the name of the channel, Mr. Bob? Once more?
The Bonnet Mom.
Uh,
Let's see if I can find her channel. She's got some pretty
It's,
good videos. Peaceful person, a lady who lives out there in the woods with her family, and
Oh, okay. I found her. She has
You found her?
cap-like
Okay.
structure around
Yeah.
her. Okay.
Yeah.
That's,
All right.
that's something I
I'm-
need to make as a
I'm
chicken
going to do
trap.
something different here, guys. I want to interrupt this for a second because we're coming up on 2 hours. I want to give away some more money or some more gift cards.
Just give directly, no? Don't
All right.
spin the. I'm just joking.
Okay, so this is for anybody in the side chat, a $5 Amazon gift card.
Only side.
What was the last unboxing I did here on Gray Man Prepping? What was it about? The last unboxing I did.
Your inflatable friend.
No, that was you.
Oh, that was me, wasn't it?
Yeah. All right. So, what was the last unboxing I did? Everyone's going on the channel now. Going, what was he doing? What was he doing?
I've seen that. The heater.
Nope, not the heater.
No?
That wasn't the last one I did. I just looked up to make sure what the last one I did was. Hey, Don, how's it going?
Kaylin, you remember that, huh? Okay. Oh, darn it.
No, it wasn't. There it is. Don got it. The 100-gallon propane. I mean, the 100-pound propane tank.
Yeah,
The
I've
big
seen
one.
that, but I like the radiator though. The
Yeah,
heater.
the one, the propane tank I got was from Home Depot, and it was $166 for the 100-pound propane tank. All the other ones I could find that were 100-pound propane tanks were 260 or 270 plus. So I'm not even sure it's still on sale anymore, but it was on sale at Home Depot. It was the Flame King was the brand. All right, so Don, WD Glock and Roll. Don, I'm not sure if I have your email. Here, let me put an email up here before you send it to. Here we go. So send an email to campattonfamilycompound@gmail.com, Don, and I will send you a Amazon gift card for $5. All right. And go back here to comments and take that down.
I have a
All right.
question, Mr. Gill.
Yeah.
All the emails go to your other channel's email account.
What was that?
The people who won in Greyman Prepping, don't you have an email for that separately?
I generally like to have them use the Camp Patton Family Compound email.
For everything? Okay.
Yeah, monitor that. That's most of my YouTube stuff goes to that email. And I have so much other stuff coming in on my regular email, which Grayman is associated with, that a lot of stuff gets lost over there.
Oh.
That's WD Glock and Roll. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to do another giveaway for channel members. And that's going to be, we're going to go back to the wheel. All right. So shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And close that ad out. All right. And we're going to see who's going to get this one here. Oh, Kaylin got it again. Kaylin got the wheel twice tonight.
Twice.
So Kaylin's going to get a $10 gift certificate. 2 5s.
High five.
All right. So hang on here. What just happened here? Hang on. I just got a text here. Let me see who it's from.
Oh, I found my little bell. I found my little it's over here. And Kaylin wins.
All right. Okay. That was Don texting me. Don, I need to have your
Email.
Email me. That way I can I can send it back to you. Amazon sends it out on to emails, so I got to send it to an email. So yeah, that was Don texting me saying he won. Yes, Don has my phone number. We've talked to each other. We've talked for. I think the last time we talked for almost an hour or two. All right, so got Kaylin, got Don. All right, so now I got
propane tank. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try not to lie, fixing to do a video for my channel, upcoming seed swap. Okay, cool. All righty. Okay, let's go back to talking about stuff.
I have a question. I know this is off the track, off the topic. So one of my friend was selling dogs, breeding and selling dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and the Red Cross, not the Red Cross, Blue Cross visits his home and tells him not to sell dogs. This is the first time I'm hearing stuff. So in your country, can you sell dogs, or do you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People,
Okay.
It's a big business. They sell what's called papered dogs. In other words, you get a certificate of the lineage of the dog.
certificate. Oh yeah.
And people sell papered dogs all the time, and some people just sell mutts, like crossbreeds. My sister used to sell a mix between golden retrievers and black labs because they were a lot mellower, and they were, great. They were great family dogs.
Yeah.
And she also sold Papillons and long-haired Chihuahuas.
Okay. Because now people are like protesting in front of pet stores, telling them not to sell pets. You can give them for adoption, but not to sell.
Yeah, because people are getting irritated with what's called puppy mills.
What's that?
They're getting people are getting really upset with what are called puppy mills.
Puppy mills.
Yeah, all they do is they breed. You have dogs. They just breed them constantly and just turn out hundreds of puppies and stuff. And the problem is, some of them are getting inbred, and so the puppies are going to the pet stores, haven't been treated right, properly, and so yeah, there's a big thing against puppy mills here, and cat mills too. People that are selling, raising kitty cats and selling kitty cats and stuff.
Yeah, we try
That
to get.
makes sense, though. I mean, yeah, you have to be careful and kind enough, right? You can't keep breeding them like. Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
And like out here, we have a lot of them too. Like we try to rescue them. Like we got our cats were rescues. They were dumped off in an alley as kittens. Our dog was dumped off at a gas station. I mean, I think he was beaten. He has PTSD by the previous owners. They dumped him off at the gas station and left him there. And he was out there for 4 months. And we took him home because he was out chasing cars on the highway and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. My daughter, their first dog, Calcifer, he'd get out all the time. He'd wander around town, but when they call him, I could go out there and whistle, and he'd come running from wherever he was to me, because he knew he was going to get petted and loved. But he was a little too much for her to deal with and him to deal with the kids and stuff over there, and they gave him away. And what did they do? 3 months later, turn around and go pick up another dog from the shelter. And what does that dog do? The dog goes and kills several of their chickens. And they had to take it back to the shelter. Say, hey, you didn't tell us this was a killer. Yeah. And they took it back. And then the last one they got was we got a puppy this last time. But they just don't. I mean, they go, oh, tell them to sit, it'll sit. It's instant train. No, that ain't the way you train a dog. You got to work with a dog to train it. And she's too busy taking care of the kids, and he's such a lazy butthead to actually train a dog.
Yeah, dog's like having a toddler with teeth. You got to work with it every day.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes them 2 months just to normalize being around you, and another 2 months to normalize being in your home. So you're looking at 4 months down the road before they even get comfortable with you and your family, especially if they've been abused or you pick them up from somewhere.
Yeah.
No, we got lucky with ours. He's lazy. He's the laziest dog on the planet, and he's happy just laying down, warming your feet up. He's like a Beagle Basset mix. And luckily, he got the laziness from the Basset.
All righty, let me fix something here. I got to change that to that. There we go. All right. So, Idle Garden Girl sent me the. Okay, that one didn't. Hang on here. I gotta look. I'm looking at an email here. Stephanie just sent me here. Yeah. Okay, I will put all. I see when I made the mistakes. Steph, I'll put all three together into one. All right. Yeah, I got my notes here, and I made a mistake here, so I'll get all three to you.
Yeah, I don't like pure breed dogs because they get a lot of health issues and all. I've seen them here.
Yeah.
They have
good
same
old
issues as people do, like diabetes and whatnot.
A good old mutt, a good old dog. That's what we had for 15 years when I was growing up. Just a dog. Yeah, she was the best dog, man.
Yeah. We had one we were kids. We were, let's see, we were single-digit kids still. And just about ready to turn in. I was 9. My brother was 7 when we got rid of her. Actually, we didn't get rid of her. She got rid of herself. Called Rat Fink. That one would play all of us so much and everything else, but she wandered off. She'd wander off for days. And my parents built a big kennel for her to run around in. We go in there and play and stuff and everything else. One day she dug, got dug down about 2 feet down to get underneath the chicken wire they had buried when they dug a trench to keep her in there. And she took off, the day before we were moving.
Hi, Shawnee.
My favorite dog was one I got from my sister was a golden retriever black lab mix. the first batch she got was an accident, and then when she gave them away, and everybody wanted them because they were such friendly, mellow dogs. So she started breeding them. But yeah, had her for several years till she decided to play in the road. But my dad, my dad only had one dog his entire life, and my sister gave it to him when it was a little itty bitty puppy, just barely weaned and just barely eat. Little baby puppy, and he would carry it around in his shirt pocket. It was a Papillon, and he carried it around in there. And then then she gave my mom another one, and yeah, they had that dog for about 8 years or so till he got cancer, and they gave it back to my daughter to take care of. My sister.
Dogs get cancer too?
Yeah.
No, my dad got cancer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah, and so he gave it back to her while he was going through his chemotherapy and stuff.
Yeah, that would be hard. Yep.
Yeah, the best dog I ever had was a German short-hair pointer, man. I'd love to have another one of those one day. I could hunt anything with that dog. Because most people just use them for birds, but they'll spot and stalk anything in the forest. I used to take it deer and bear hunting.
I had a dog once. When we moved to a house, we rented out, and the owner of that apartment didn't let us keep the dog, so I gave it to one of my friends. Was around like 50 kilometers away from my place. The dog took off from his place, reached my home after 4 days with its chain still hanging around his neck. Yeah, we both got into the newspapers after that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Made it 50 kilometers?
50 kilometers, 4 days.
Wow.
4 days.
Well, that dog would be the king of my house, man. Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys know, I met him on Shadow's chat. I'm going to do a response video to his video, one of his videos. What's his channel name? Auslander Info. He's a prepper. He's a country guy in Australia. He had one of his dogs get attacked by wild dogs because he lives out in the country in Australia, and city people take their stray dogs and they dump them out there in the country. And I'm going to make a response video of when I was growing up, and people were doing the same thing where I lived. And pretty soon those dogs all packed up. They turned into a pack, and they started going after livestock. And then one afternoon coming home from school, I was all alone, and they went after me.
Oh,
You know, wild dogs are dangerous for both people and
Yes,
animals.
they are. Yeah, once you get about 3 of them, they start forming a pack, and more of them join up. And that was a scary situation, you know. And, yeah.
Oh, okay.
In combination with the county sheriff and the men of our neighborhood, they went out and they gunned them down, because as soon as they went after me, a human, that's when they've crossed the line. You know, they stopped going after livestock and they started going after people, and I was the victim because I was by myself. And
Yeah, it's a huge problem out in northern Arizona.
mm-hmm. Foolish people, man. There's so many shelters out there. If you have an unwanted dog or something, you could take them to one of those dog shelters. But back in the 70s here in the Northwest, there just wasn't stuff like that available that I knew of anyway. But there was Humane Society. But imbecilic people will go, oh, we'll take this dog out into the country and release him and he'll live in paradise forever, you know, and they throw him out of their car. I was lucky that one of the people driving by saw what was happening to me. I was being surrounded, and he broke up the pack, and I was able to get out of there and get back home. That was the delineation. Was when they went after me, a human being. That's when all those dogs got hunted down and killed.
Yeah, they should do that. Mr. Gill, can I show something? Can I present?
Sure.
Okay.
Wait for it to pop up here. There it
So
comes.
this is what happened.
Slowly loading. There it is. Slowly loading here. There we go.
Oh. Do you have a lot of wild dogs in India, Star?
So many. I mean,
That's-
they
yeah.
formed packs. You
Yeah.
can see a pack
Mhm.
for each colony. In the sense, if you go to one street, they have
Yeah.
a pack, the dog pack, like 12, 13 dogs. You go to
Mhm.
another street, they have different pack
Mhm.
there. One fights the other for territory to expand the territory. And if you come in between the pack, what do you
Mhm.
call it? The two packs are fighting, they'll tear you up into pieces and they just leave you because they're angry, they're mad. They don't want to eat you, but they'll just tear you up, eat your
Yeah.
face off. And, I mean,
Guarding their
tear-
territory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have it same within the Philippines, Mr. Star. Wild dogs roam the streets there, and
Yeah.
I've had them.
They take out bumpers of the cars also. Can you see that in the picture?
Yeah, chasing the cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm
The
I've had them follow me in the Philippines. Like when I'd walk out of my house, go to the sari store, they'll follow me. They're very fierce, but I learned years ago how to deal with that. You just pay them no mind. Don't turn your
Mm.
back on them and don't run, but pay them no mind and just keep on walking. And eventually, as soon as you get out of their territory, then they'll leave you alone. But it seems like they have boundaries.
yeah.
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
Yeah, they do.
What I don't understand is the local people feed them.
Mm.
You
Yeah,
know, my wife was feeding this one mama dog. She still had milk in her teats. She was feeding that dog, and I said, "Man, don't do that. They'll come back." She goes, "Yeah, but that's our tradition here. A mama dog will feed them." I was like, "Oh God, okay."
We do that too here. I mean, it's like, what do you say? Uh, it's like a protection. Like if a bear or a panther shows up, then all
Oh,
these stray dogs will form a group and chase it away, or
okay.
might kill a bear. So
Mhm.
that's the reason people feed dogs. But thing is, when you have new people coming into your street, especially children, then it's a big problem. It's a
Oh.
huge.
Yeah. A friend of mine that I used to work with at DHS, he's was from Hong Kong, and he goes, "Yeah, you're talking about that the same problem they're having there in Oakland, California, about the the pit bulls and stuff, and the fighting dogs getting out loose and everything, and causing problems." He goes, we don't have that problem back in Hong Kong. Any dog out on the street is dinner.
Did he say that? Oh my
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
He says, you we call tonight's dinner? Slow dog.
What-
Yeah. I've heard rumors about that. How the homeless drunkards in Davao will grab a stray dog and they'll cook him up and eat him. That they're like, drunks, homeless drunks. The average people in Davao, they don't do that. They don't eat them.
Yeah.
Yuck.
We have a city in India. They don't want to be called as Indians, but they still live in India.
Yeah.
So these guys, when they come here to other parts of the country, especially South India and all,
Mhm.
we lock our pets inside because these guys are in Indian military. But what they do is they eat your dogs. They steal your dogs and eat them. So whenever we see them, we lock all our pets in, even our cats. Oh my goodness! Until they are gone.
Are they a different ethnic group of people?
They are Indians, but they don't look like.
Okay, I got it. Yeah. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is an
They-
odd thing I've noticed in Southeast Asia. There's so many different ethnic groups of people speak different languages, and but they're all considered Filipino. But
Yeah.
I get
True.
it. I get it. I've seen that.
Hey guys, I gotta get out of here. I got stuff in the morning.
Yeah.
Bye, Wayne.
Yeah, it's
Thank you,
it's after
everyone.
midnight Eastern
All right,
time.
good
I
night,
didn't
guys.
mean to go this late here, but chat was going good here. Let me go ahead over here and pop this here. Where is it here? Come on.
Oh
Try
my
to get it up here. There we
God.
go. So coming up here Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound, we're going to talk about goals. What's your main goal for 2023? Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound is going to be just like it was this last one. We're going to start out talking about the weight loss challenge, how the teams are doing, and then we're going to go into open chat, talk about gardening stuff for chickens or whatever. Next Tuesday, you guys ought to love this one. Romancing SHTF. What could go wrong?
What does it mean?
Romancing the people that romancing SHTF, making it, romanticizing it, making it. Oh, it's going to be so great when the poop hits the fan, when civilization fails. It's going to be so great. Yeah,
It's
so,
basically glorify. They glorify it.
Yeah, glorify it. But basically,
We've all heard it. Yeah, we've all heard it. All the
so
the
we're
prepper
talking about
types,
romancing SHTF and what could go wrong.
I don't know this. I have seen people who actually play games, like such games and all. They love to see that happen in real life as well.
Yeah.
I met those people. Yeah.
Yeah. Those are actually a lot of people like that are people who've never seen violence, never seen it. They've never seen it. They've never seen blood.
They've seen movies and and they've read books and
video games.
It really doesn't sink in what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
and like the video games, like you're saying, Bob, the video games. It's like, oh, reset. Okay. Oh, I'm winning now. Oh, reset. I'm winning again. They don't realize it. No, you don't get a reset in life.
Yeah.
When you get shot, you're down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays, 10 o'clock Eastern time, 7 o'clock Pacific, 8 Mountain, 9 Central.
Okay.
So those 3 days are all the same time. The only day that's different is Thursdays, which is the midnight ride on Gray Man Prepping here. And it starts at 11:55 Eastern time, 5 minutes before midnight ride. And we go on talking for an hour to 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever the chat goes, however the chat's running it, that's what we go with. And so Monday night is 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Okay.
And Steph says they haven't seen each other. Yeah. And some of them are still living in their mommy's basements.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what's coming up here this next week. And and of course on Monday and Tuesday next week, I've already starting to get the questions for next week on the card here, and I'll probably pick up some more questions as the week goes on as I put out more videos. So the videos are from Camp Patton Family Compound, runs from Tuesday morning through Monday before the show starts, and for here it runs from Wednesday morning through Tuesday afternoon. Any video in that time frame I may pick from. So
okay.
So all you got to do is just watch a video and just look at it. Okay, I got all the facts. And when I pop off the question, you get $5. All right, folks, I want to thank everyone who came up here. Of course, Wayne stepped out. I want to thank Shadow Scout Swede coming in here early in the morning for him. Bob.
You're most welcome.
And Star. Thank you guys for coming up here and making it more interesting, because I know I'm as good looking as I am. It gets a little boring looking at my face. That was sarcasm, folks, if you didn't get it. All right, folks. As always, everyone, stay happy no matter what life throws at you. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish, and keep adding to your preps: water, food, medicine, clothing, and skills. Because skills will become a barter item in the future. All right. Take care, everyone.
Peace, everyone. All right.
Bye.